Hello and welcome to Lee's Lab, where I like to explore skincare and makeup for men. Today, I am trying out a new skin routine. For the longest time, I have been pretty simple in my cleansing, moisturizing, things like that. But today, I'm excited to share with you the TirTir Milk Trio that I got from the TirTir Global website. And they had a deal going on, so I ended up buying the three-piece set of the TirTir Milk Skin Toner right here. I also purchased the TirTir Ceramic Milk Ampoule. You can see that there. And it also came with the TirTir Ceramic Cream Refreshing Skin, sort of like a heavy cream. So looking on the website, it says to, sort of start with the thinnest product and go to the thicker product. So I'm going to start today with the TirTir Milk Skin Toner, and then I'll put on the ampoule and then the cream. Before purchasing this, my skin care routine was pretty simple. I would wash, and then I would use something like this Neutrogena Hyaluronic Serum. This is the Glow Primer Plus Serum Hydro Boost that I ended up picking up off of, I think, Amazon maybe for like $10, $12, something like that. I've also in the past used the e.l.f. Triple Bounce Hyaluronic Serum. I like that one a lot. This one is a little bit watery, so I feel like I have to use quite a bit of it, where the e.l.f. one had a more thick consistency, and for that I felt like I only really needed to use one pump. After I apply my hyaluronic acid serum, I would then go in just with the simple Replenishing Rich Moisturizer. This product I've used for a long time. When I was younger, I would often find myself breaking out from this. I don't know if it's because I'm older now, I'm over 40 and my skin is changing, or if now I just have a better skincare routine as far as cleansing twice a day. But I used to break out when I use this, so I went for the light one, not the rich one. But now I feel like my skin can handle it because I think that I'm just doing a better job of cleansing. But let's get right into it. I am freshly showered and I am getting ready for bed. There's no product in my hair, it's just a little leave-in conditioner, but I'm gonna start with this TirTir Milk Toner. And I have tried these out already, but I wanna show you what I'm doing now for my nightly moisture routine. I'm gonna start with the toner and just pour some right into my hand. A couple little shakes there, and you can kind of see what's on there. Oh, nice little drippage. And then I'm gonna press it right into my face here. And I also will press it into my neck and just kind of smooth that out. You can already see that it's very glowy. The little bit that dripped on my hands, I'm just gonna rub that in because this stuff is moisturizing. It feels great. It's very refreshing on my skin and just feels super, super smooth. I'll even rub it in my eye socket areas, all in my lids, get it down to my neck, even put it on the back of my neck a little bit here. And you can just see that instant sort of hydrating glow that it has all over my face. Definitely a dewy, dewy finish. And even on the back of my hands right here, you can see it just feels very nice and moisturized, very smooth. Doesn't feel sticky, doesn't feel tacky. There's a little tiny, tiny bit if I like pull away, maybe you can see that right there. But once this dries out in just a little bit of time, it is fantastic. When I put on a little bit of tinted serum or a tinted moisturizer or a tinted sunscreen, this is pretty much all I really need on my skin. Today, because it's right before bed, I'm going to go ahead and put on the other two products. But for the daytime, I feel like putting these products on actually hinders my little bit of makeup that I'll do for those no makeup looks, just to sort of even out my skin tone. So now I'm going to go in with the ceramic milk ampoule, and I'm going to give this a shake. And I also like to squeeze out whatever is in the little dropper here to get a nice fresh batch in there of the nicely mixed and shaken up stuff. And this, when it comes out, you'll see it looks pretty like watery, but when you go to put on the skin, it's actually quite thick. So putting a little bit on my hand there, and I like to just take two fingers and then put a little spot on each side take another 2 fingers and do up on top. And the last one, because it really is basically all that's left, I'm gonna just kind of put right here and a couple little drops of whatever's left on my neck. Then I'm just gonna rub this in, and it feels it feels like melted butter. It feels amazing. It is very nice and thick. The consistency is fantastic, and you can clearly see that it is glowy. I've This would take quite a while to like soak into my skin, I think, and I probably could use this on top of the milky toner before I did makeup, but I really like it at night. I think this is fantastic to sort of give it time to absorb into my skin and make my skin feel very nice and healthy and moisturized when I wake up first thing in the morning. Now, last step, I am going to take this TirTir ceramic cream, and for this, let me step back really quickly. I would also use this at night sometimes, the L'Oreal Revitalift Night Moisturizer. When I use that after I use a primer, I feel like I have to use a lot of it. I got to get a good chunk on my finger in order to spread it out. It's very thick. Once I have these first two TirTir products on here, the toner and the ceramic milk Ampoule, I only have to use a tiny, tiny bit of this TirTir ceramic cream. Just that is probably too much for my face. I'm going to put a little dot here and here, here and here, one right there, and that last bit right here on my neck so it can go down. There's still a little tiny, tiny bit on my finger, so I will go right here and right there. That is all that I need to do my entire face. And it is so smoothing, so thick. It feels wonderful on my skin. My skin looks like just a little bit red, but I mean, I'm just rubbing a bunch of products on it, so that kind of makes sense. Gorgeous, gorgeous finish. My skin does feel a little greasy, right? I mean, it probably looks greasy too. Um, but I know that in a few minutes, this is going to soak in so nicely, and I'm just going to have a healthy glow for the rest of tonight. And even when I wake up in the morning, my skin is not going to feel dry. I live in a desert climate, and so often my skin gets super, super dry. And when I don't moisturize properly, it also gets oily, right? So I have oily, kind of greasy skin because it's so dry. My skin I think it has to overwork to try to produce the oils because it knows it's thirsty. But when I moisturize really, really well, and the proper amount, my skin doesn't get as oily. It's kind of fantastic. I've used this and put it into my under my eyes and under my eyes. So because this stuff is so thick and so rich, I won't even put on an eye cream. I will often use an eye cream at night, and of course one during the day. But with this, I really don't feel like I have to. My eyes are super, super hydrated underneath. Everything looks fantastic. That is my new nightly skincare routine. And I'm so happy for you joining me to watch this. And I hope to see you again later. Thanks. Bye.